Hello there, in this tutorial we're going to create a looping movie playback component we can use in, for example, VJ setups, and this component will run on a BPM, so you can sync it to music very simply. So before we start, you will need to download the DND callbacks asset I uploaded in the community section of the TouchDesigner website, derivative.ca, and download the version 1.8 and unpack it, and then we are good to go. So we will start by creating a button. We'll call this button movie play looper. We will customize it beforehand. So we're going to take the customize component editor, and we're going to create a page called settings, and we're going to create a parameter called BPM, and it's an integer, and we're going to press add parameter. So let's change the range from 60 to 180, but you can change it if you want to. We're going to set the default time to 120. So here we have it. So let's go inside of our button, and we already see we don't need all of this, but we're going to keep the panel chop for later use. So what do we want? We want a movie file in to actually play back our files. And you can already see, okay, we have our path here, and to click on this all the time is kind of annoying. So we're going to use our drag and drop callback. This is to find here. We're going to press open, and here it is. And the two things we have to do for now. First one is to press init. So we get our callbacks here. And what we have to do is we have to add MOVs in this case, but with lowercase also. So just type in comma, these little things here, and the small lowercase MOV. Perfect. And what we're going to do is we're going into our file drop definition over here. We're just going to add one line, and it's op movie file in 1. Now we're going to set the file parameter, so .par.file, and we're just taking the path of the component we added. And basically that's it. So we can try by right clicking on movie play looper over here and save view. We currently can't really see anything, but it's going to change. We're going to open our folder with our movie files, and we're just going to drag it in. And as you can see, by dropping it in here, the movie files play back nicely. Now we also actually want to see in the button what is going on. So we're going to create an out top. It's called out1, and we're going to right click and choose the parameters, and under the look component we're going to change the background top path to ./out1, and because it's now stretched we're going to change the top fill method to fill best, so now it will display just in the right aspect ratio. So now we want to play it back in time on the beat. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a user speed chop. And what the speed chop basically is doing is it's going to take, we're going to use a constant here. It's going to take the value of the channel and add this value to its own channel every second. So if we set this value to 0.5, so now it takes 2 seconds to go from 1 to 2, from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and so on. And we actually don't want it. We just want a value between 1 and 0, the fraction value. So what we're going to do is we're going to change the limit time and set it to loop. And now the value is going to change, and every time it reaches 1, and we just jump back to 0 and continue in an everlasting cycle. So we're going to set up a null here, and now we're going to activate the viewer, grab our channel 1, and before that we have to change the play mode of our movie file in to specify index. It's down here, and here we have to change the mode of our index to fraction. So now it's doing nothing, and we can just take our channel here and drop it into the index parameter and say a chop reference. And now you can see it will loop back the same file in 2 seconds right now basically. And we want to have it on time. So what we're going to do is we're going to put in a expression into our value 0. And the expression is we're going to take our BPM value, divide it by 60, and we're going to divide it by 4 again. So the video plays back over 4 beats. We could actually not divide it by 4. So in this case, it would go on every chak, 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 which would be a little bit too fast, but you can change this one as you like. So what we're going to do is we're going to write parent and use these parentheses. And we're going to ask for a parameter, and we're going to the uppercase B, lowercase p and m parameter. We're going to divide this value by 60, and the rest we're going to divide by 4. And because we have everything set to 120 BPM, we're currently still at a value of 0.5 per second. So now if we go into our parameters over here, go to the custom parameter setting page and increase to 180 BPM or decrease to 60 BPM, you can now see that this way we can change the playback speed of our video. Nice. But now we don't want to have it play back all the time. So we are going one level up, and you can already see here's our button. So what we will do instead is we're going to take the state channel of our panel chop, and we're just going to grab it, hover it over our movie file in, and we are just going to drop it into our play parameter of the movie file in. So this way, if we go up, we can now click and start and restart the movie just fine. And the nice thing is, because we have it set up in this way, we can now just take several. Oh, there's one thing we have to change now also, just can get into some tuning of the movie file in. When we go to the tune page, for one thing, we can change the file open timeout to a number like 1 millisecond, because when we set it too high, the whole process will stall. When we set it to like this low value, will take maybe some more frames to actually load, but we will not kill the whole process off while loading our movie file in. And also we will check the always load initial frame value over here. So now if it's not playing, we're going to activate the viewer, and if it's not playing, we're dropping this one in. You can see we will always, even if it's not playing, have the right value. And in the end, we can just copy this one, activate the viewer, we can drop in our movie files and activate them and close them. And one last little trick you might find useful is when you select all of them, go to the button page and change the button type to radio up. And activate all of them. So you click one, and now you click the other. Only one of these buttons in the same component, in this case project 1, can be active at the same time. So have fun playing around with this, and maybe play around a little bit also with the drag and drop callbacks, and stay tuned for more small tutorials or bigger ones in the future.